Well, good afternoon, good evening. Here it is Saturday, and my heart is in the process of being tuned. But I want to tell you, you're in my prayers today. During this time of great stress, typical conversation begins this way. I sure am missing coming to worship. I understand that because for authentic believers, corporate worship puts wind back into our sails. It puts our heart into perspective and tunes us for God. You see, for authentic believers, corporate worship does just that. We miss a lot of other things, though. We miss chatting with people in the foyer, making our way to our pew and sitting down with the folks that we recognize, or maybe looking for folks we don't recognize to make them feel welcome. But over the last 7 weeks, something's been missing. You. It's been out of necessity. I know where your spirit is. I know you want to be there. Maybe your health is compromised, or maybe your kids or grandkids are threatening you, uh, but you can still worship. You see, worship is an offering of our whole self to the one who loves and sustains us. God considers our worship of Him one of the most important things that we can do. So when we do return to the worship center of First Baptist Church, it won't be exactly the same, nor should it. In fact, can I ask you, are you starting to prepare? No, I'm not just talking about washing your face mask, though that might not be a bad idea. But is your heart being tuned? Are you being prayed up? Are you ready to join your voice with others and point your mind and spirit toward heaven by worshiping God? You see, you don't have to wait until you get there. You can do that here and now. Worship is not a building or even a sincere group. In fact, I don't think we ought to wait until we get together. We need to worship God right now, because without it, we lose a sense of gratitude and wonder. Worship is not a bulletin that the greeter puts in your hand, or even the songs that we sing, the prayers that we pray, or a message that's given by a big, bad, bald Baptist preacher. Worship is the overflow of a life in love with Jesus. And though our building is dedicated to that, no one, no mandate, no governor, no president can keep us from our love relationship with God through Jesus. You see, it's the outcome of a life centered on God. It's an outpouring of devotion and praise for who He is and what He's done. Worship is an offering of our whole self to the one who loves and sustains us, to the extent that He becomes our focus, our treasure, our delight. And when you do that, your worship will be blessed. And God will be the focus of all of that. I pray that your heart is tuned, and tomorrow you do your very best to make it the Lord's day. Have a great evening.